was in theory not smart. This was not smart. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, keeping with the war theme, for if it's fun, if it's unique, if it's exciting, if it's something we can learn from, I'm going to show it to you. And oh my goodness gracious, we are going to get out some videos that are fun, unique, and exciting. And we are kicking it off with war number 4 of the season here up against DSVG. That's correct. Now, I've recently taken my Titania to rank 2, and the first 2 wars of the season, they gave me some softballs, right? And that's why I didn't show them to you. Then they threw me in the deep end. Let's go ahead and watch it. Now, these first couple fights are with her hubby. You know, these two are a perfect pair. I've talked to you at length. We're just going to show these first 2, and they're going to be very, very, very quick. I just want to show them to you for folks who haven't seen them. But I've been calling Carl Absorbing Man. What I feel is if you, with all nodes being equal, all things being equal, the best single counter to, I believe, Annihilus, potentially Terrax too, and then you're going to see him destroy this Null. If you're interested directly in the Titania gameplay, just go forward. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, we are just getting started on rank 2 Titania. So what I love about this matchup right here is how quickly Carl turns down or whatever, reduces the limitation or the time amount, words are hard, of this Terrax, or not this Terrax, this Annihilus here. And you can see that, and it just allows for us to keep everything refreshed, right? Because he's trying to armor break us, and we can keep our timers going, light, medium, light, into the special. Stay in Uru, because that gives you the, what is it, the block proficiency or the armor or something like that. I'll make a note so we can have that there. But, you know, it makes him more tanky and those sorts of things. I believe it's block proficiency. Anyways, we're going to go into this fight here against this Null. Now, this is supposed to be a really tough fight. This is a tough fight, tough node, tough defender, right? All these armor breaks, power build-up, unblockable, power snack. Now, I do think I did remove Dex for this. I kind of was thinking about do I want to or not? And one of the reasons why I thought about not doing it is I really want to push Null to his SP2. So you're going to see me I am going to try a couple backdraft intercepts, I believe, to try to get my light punish. Remember, it does not need to be an intercept, it can just be a punish. And if I had wanted to be super aggressive, I think you can punish the heavy with some light, but especially once Null got to a single bar of power, I am shortening my combos, I'm pulling back. I do not want him throwing anything but the special 2. And then once he throws the special 2, he's going to try to land all those armor breaks on me. You see, we shoot up exactly, we're already at maximum charges. So I should medium, yeah, right into my special. We got all the vulnerabilities up, and this is just the fireworks. This is just the fireworks now. This fight is basically over. There was something on the node with the power sting, so I'm doing what I can to be mindful of it. This is my last fight with Carl. So, you know, up against Null, Uru is the best form, again, for I think it's that block proficiency and things like that. Then you want to push Null to his special 2. You do that by shortening your combos once he's above 1 bar of power. Get him to throw that special 2. All the armor breaks go on you. You shoot up to your maximum charges, medium, light, medium. Put all the vulnerabilities on. Throw your special. Big, huge, massive, beautiful Carl damage. Now, here we are. Like I said, they had given me just these softballs, and then I saw the War 4 plan come in, and it was like ebb and flow intercept, tough fight against America Chavez, and then take out a Sasquatch bot for the guy. And I was like, are you guys sure I'm ready for this? And they're like, no, we're not, but there's only one way to find out. And so here we go. I'm going to do my best to talk through. You know, in these videos, I want to teach as much as possible. The gameplay will not be as good as what you're just going to see in a couple more videos, because my gameplay has improved with Titania. But here we go. We're going to do our best to use her haymakers to allow us to intercept, right? This node's all about that intercepting. I want to make sure I play the node. That's where my deaths typically come from, is I don't play the node very well. I continue to try to play the champion a certain way that I'm using. This one, it's combined those. And with this, it's I can use the haymaker. So there we go. We got the initial intercept right off the bat. If we hadn't, that would have been fine. I would have backed up and done basically a draft back intercept until I landed it, or Longshot goes up above a bar of power, but he already has. You see how much damage we have already done. I am still going to do my best to bait these SP1s, but even at this point, even though I did have some nerves about this is my first Path 5 fights with Titania, I understood the concepts of the fight, so I wasn't too worried. Again, I knew that I had my haymaker up, so I went for it. I'm landing light, ending combos in lights. That's what's giving him that nice suppression. You see that debuff in the upper right hand corner that is reducing his combat power rate. Titania is debuff immune, so I don't need to worry about, it's buff immune, so I don't need to worry about Mystic Dispersion, anything like that. And ideally in most of my fights, one, because I really like it, two, it's a big damage, and I think that's why I like it. I am looking to get to my SP3. So if I can bait this SP1 and then pull off an intercept, I will go directly into the heavy and then my SP3. Let's see how it goes. Yep, there's the backdraft like I was telling you about. We land the first hit of our heavy because that, I think it doubles the amount of active debuffs you get from your special. Watch how many debuffs we're going to get up here on this long shot, and then he just dies from the physical damage there too. We'll see more fights, like I said, today and in my next 2 videos. I'm aware of how these go, and you're going to see some really cool gameplay against some more defenders and the damage off those SP3s. In fact, you're going to see some in this video. I think you're going to be pretty surprised. So going against Wong, some people call him the Long God. I'm not totally sure what that means, but apparently he's the Long God. So we're going to this mighty charge. Now, some of you might think this could be a bit of a problem because that's going to get rid of Titania's debuffs. And yes, her debuffs are important, right? We just talked about like the suppression and how that's reducing the combat power rate. But you'll notice that we are getting our charges. I can't think of technically the right term for her, but we're getting our furies. Watch, you'll see our furies, even if the debuffs go off. So it's not a matter of the debuffs being on for extended period of time. It's just that you put the debuffs on. So this is essentially the same thing as what I was talking about playing the node with the abilities of the attacker is, I know I want to land my intercepts. I'm much more comfortable with Wong's SP1 than his SP2. If for some reason he gets to, I believe it's 90 of his mystical charges, that's in the upper right-hand corner, I will knock him down. But I'm just going to use my haymakers. Now, every time I place a debuff on, I believe it lowers the counter of the haymakers, and then they also just go down on their own, as you can see. But yeah, see, every time we're landing a debuff, we get another countdown. So that timer's going down pretty fast. That even happens when you land your hits into their block. See, yeah, we're getting some hits into the block, and that is still happening. So right now, I want to line this up. Now, it's Wong, and if you kill him when he has over 1 bar of power, you're going to have some negatives on your next fight. And I just was so in the flow of playing Titania. She is so much fun. I totally forgot about it. I got the intercept there. The SP3 just totally kills him. I had wanted to get him to throw a bar of power and then finish him off. I made that mistake. Not a mistake I wanted to make going into this fight against a 7-star America Chavez. I was very not happy about this. So I talked to my BG planners, Nerd, Fiend, Shibby, the whole group, Jolly, all the smart people there, Infamous, so many smart players, Jelly, and also the gurus themselves of Simula and Bitter Steel got advice, and everyone's like, look, just play the game. You know how to fight America Chavez. Yeah, she's going to start off with a bar of power. Yeah, she's going to start off with a bunch of fury damage or increased attack power. Don't worry. Just play it slow. Use your haymakers as best you can. Maybe don't even go to your SP3. Get the SP2 for that physical vulnerability. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. Brute force could become a bit of a problem. There's limber. So I'm already not wanting to parry too much, or at least not rely on my parries. And then the hard knock life. So again, we're going to talk about this a lot this week. These are going to be some cool videos on how to use Titania. There's a lot of things I love about her, but you're seeing how easy or how much easier it is to intercept with her safely because she was indestructible, unblockable, all that stuff, right? Now, here is another thing, that also means she can create openings, lessening your need to parry. So on nodes like this, where you're really starting to get punished for parrying, it's not as big of a deal. You can see that we got Chavez to throw her special, and the fury from the node from Wong is already down. I think it's called like Defend Your Sanctum. And I'm just going to continue to do my best to bait the SP1s. I don't love that I'm getting that degen, but I'm also not worried about it. I'm boosted. I think Titania with max boost. This is a rank 2 7 Sig 20, 7-star Sig 20 Titania, and I think she has 110,000 in health. Let's check that out when we see the Sasquatch boss. And at this point, I'm like, if this fight takes the full 4 minutes that are left, I'm very fine with it. I don't believe it will, because I think I'm going to get to my SP2 or my SP3. I don't recall exactly which one I decided to show. But it'll be cool because it'll happen and we can talk about it. So now we're coming up for our haymaker. There we go. It's pretty clear I'm deciding to go to my SP3. I love the SP3. So you're going to get to see that. And then, yeah, do I go ahead and bait one more special one? I can't recall. I think I did want to be super safe because I was kind of getting used to how much damage Titania can actually pull off. I'm trying to set up a haymaker. I can tell exactly what I'm doing here. This is pretty funny. And here we go. I wasted the haymaker, so that's an evolution in the Titania gameplay. I really did waste that, and you waste that by dashing in. That's what triggers it. I did not need to do that, and so I probably cost myself what looks like another 40-50 seconds here. just by trying to set this up. Gonna lose a little bit of life here due to the node, but because we have class advantage, it's not gonna be too bad. And I probably could have just thrown my special 3. All right, here we go. I should do it, and I should go into my heavy. We land the first 2 hits there. Watch all the debuffs are gonna go up on America. I do not believe this kills her, and I believe we're gonna go in and get to heavy her down. So we have all those debuffs. You see all the fury buffs that are on us. We're now up to 31 of those furies. They're not buffs, they're passives. And we just finished off that America Chavez. Titania is like, America, you are no longer the flagship champion of Vegas channel. It is me. Here's my boot. All right, now we're moving into the Sasquatch boss. You can see Infamous and Rye congratulating me. Very supportive BG, very supportive Alliance. You can see I am massive boosted. I do have the 33% SP3 boost on, so that is going to come into play in this fight. Healing back up. And now I had been seeing a couple of videos. I had shown a couple of videos of this, and I'm going to tell you right now that I've already watched this fight back a few times. There's a lot we can clean up. There's a lot that can be cleaned up. This is a rank 4, I believe, Sassy, so there's quite a bit of health. Now, I think the first thing I should have done is, I'm getting those intercepts, which is nice, and keeping the debuffs up. There's a couple of things as I've watched back this fight that I know I could clean up to make it go a lot better. The first is not allow all of my debuffs to fall off, or at least not have long periods of time like this. Like right there, that was nice. I went in and immediately started hitting block. It's going to help me get my haymakers back more quickly. You see how quickly we already have it back. But also when Sassy starts healing, this would allow me to mitigate that because of the Despair Mastery. The other thing is I know that I end up wasting quite a few of my haymakers on this. Now, I was a little bit worried. Like I said, I'd never done this fight before. First time I'm really taking some big boy fights with Titania in Tier 1 War. And the other thing that I needed to deal with was the Wrath of Tanarak there. Now, Sasquatch reduces the amount of damage he takes as his stacks grow, but then when he's actually in Wrath, right, he goes unstoppable and all of those things. And so creating openings on that, I'm not always the best at timing his unstoppable. But here we go. So I'm feeling pretty good. We're a little over a minute into the fight. We've got him about a quarter of the way down, and I'm feeling all right about this. I'm trying to set up an SP3 with the haymaker. In hindsight, I really think what I should have done was thrown my SP3 pretty much as soon as I got it. Sasquatch was low on his Wrath stacks, which would have helped increase our damage a lot. So I think any benefit I saw from getting more Furies here by waiting for the haymaker, right, I'm up to 30, I think is lost by how high his Wrath stacks are, right? And because he had so many bars of power, I wasn't able to go in and do a bunch of heavies afterwards. But on the plus side, as of someone who's taking this fight for the first time, I was like, we're not even 2 minutes into the fight, and I've already got him over, under 50% health. I very much relax, and you can see it. I remember it happening. I think the kind of cocky confidence kind of comes in, and it actually ends up being a big negative. This is, like I said, there's a lot I can clean up in this one. So I've got my haymaker ready to go, but you can see how much he's starting to heal. He's healing, and I'm doing nothing about it because I have no debuffs on him. One of the benefits of Titania is all the debuffs she can place. Not only does that make her more tanky due to inequity, but due to, I believe it's called Despair, that's also going to mitigate a lot of the healing that could be happening. So right now, we're kind of just trading. In fact, right, literally at that second, he is just healing on his own. So that's another thing. Should I get an opportunity for another boss like this, that can be cleaned up significantly. Now, if I could tell myself what to do, I would try to make this SP1, and then I would just throw that special 3. See, you can see I was trying to set up an intercept, which is fine, and it worked out, but I'm gonna allow Sasquatch to get some more stacks of his Wrath. I'm finally throwing my SP3. That time loss was not good. And then right here, I know how tanky Titania can be. I had on that SP3 boost, but this was in theory not smart. This was not smart. I put this up on Twitter. Sasquatch is letting me just wail away with heavies, so that was very kind of him. But I'll admit, I was a little bit concerned at this moment that did I just give away a boss solo? Did I just give away a boss solo for my alliance? Fortunately, no. Titania is a tanky gal. I had the boost on, things like that. But again, I think it would have been better to throw that SP3, knowing that I want to go in heavy with less Wrath stacks, or let him get all the way through this cycle of Wrath. And then also look at this. Look how much healing is happening here. We took him down quite a bit. He's just healing for 22,557 a tick. That is a significant amount of healing per second. And you're going to see him. He's going to continue to heal, right? I think we had him down to like 23, 24%. He's healing up over 10%. And this is not the only time it's going to happen. I'm also at this moment realizing I need to hurry the heck up. I need to get like wherever I did with that whole relaxing overconfidence thing, finish that off. So we go in, we use our haymaker, right? Slight little pause, get him to block, throw our special to make sure it lands. We're going to throw this SP3, and we've taken him from 32%. He's all the way down to 18 now. We've got to take advantage of this. I told you I love the SP3. I was not kidding. Got a nice little intercept there. Got to keep up our debuff. So it's part of why I threw the special there. I don't want all that healing coming in and finish it off. Also, we've got all of our nice stacks of Fury passives there. Finish off Sasquatch. Feel really good about it. Feels great, right? It was the first time I'd taken it. I told you I had a lot of, not apprehension, but like just lack of confidence or surety on how I should go about the fight. So to be able to get it down felt good. Then also, you know, my teammates celebrating, and I really do appreciate that. We had a lot of fun here as we're talking, but also it's a lot to work on. Like that fight can be cleaned up a ton. I hope I get to see another Sasquatch boss, and I hope I get to take it. I think we could take out a 7-star rank 2. I think it's about 300,000 more health, but the healing won't kick in until later, right? So, and then I think with keeping the debuffs up, we'll mitigate that a lot, not wasting my haymakers, and then throwing my SP2. We'll show that in some future videos here because it's coming up, but getting that physical vulnerability up and then making sure we continue to refresh it by landing all of those suppressions from the light. Unfortunately, we did come up on the wrong side of this one. It's been a bit of a missed season for us. We're facing some really good opponents. It's just not going our way. But we'll cover that more in future videos. Let's go ahead and check out the season stats. These are the season stats. After that war with DSVG, they played very well. Well done to them. You know, Munosh, Jay Will, so many great people over there. We're 1-3, which pushed us down into P1. We were top 10 masters last season. It's just how it's going to be. I'm excited to see if we can crawl back out of this. I think we can. On the season, I had 19 kills and 0 deaths. 8 total champions come in for pre-fights. 1 boss kill. You just saw it. Defender kills were at 1. And let me remove that face cam. And the current streak is actually up to 62, which was very exciting for me. That surpassed the longest streak I've ever had in Tier 1 War. The longest one had been with 4 Loki. I think I had reached like 57. BMcG looked it up for me. I really do appreciate him doing that. Stuff felt really good. I'm feeling very confident. I've been feeling very confident in Tier 1 for a couple seasons now. And the planning has just been phenomenal, taking it in. Titania is taking the lion's share, the Titan's share, some would say, of the fights at 42.1%. You saw the fights from Carl Hulkling, Rintra, Infamous Iron Man, Fury, Doom, and Scorpion have all come along. Infamous Iron Man, I might get a video out on that because those fights were very, very cool. And I have to know, you're going to see some more Titania, some Nick Fury. He's still good, folks. He's very, very good. And some Cassie Lang. I'm very excited to show that to you. I hope your war season is going really well. Hope you enjoy the rest of these videos. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.